Okay, we are going to do lesson 4 today of the Orton-Gillingham training. And I'm going to have you go ahead and write your name, please. Thank you, Ella. And today is February 1st. And lesson is number 4. And we are going to go ahead and start with our old review. What phoneme do you see here?
Sh.
What are you going to write? SH. And do you remember our keyword?
Ship.
Yes, our keyword was ship. You can go ahead and fill that in. And we also talked about the placement. Where do we find sh? Beginning, middle, or end of a word?
The beginning and end.
Yes, you can find it in the beginning and the end. And do you remember what the pattern was for this?
The H brother.
Yes, exactly. It was the H brother. And can you remind me what the H brother is? What does that pattern stand for?
It's when the H comes after the S, and together it makes a new sound. Sh.
Yes, exactly. And is that sound voice or voiceless?
Unvoiced.
Correct. You can go ahead and circle that. We already did that one. And next we're going to go ahead and spell a few words. I want to remind you to finger tap them first. And while you're tapping, you're going to say the sounds and then the word, and then you're also going to sound it out while you're writing it. Okay? The first word is mash.
Mash. Ash. Mash. Ash.
Yeah, and remember to use your non-dominant hand for the tapping so you don't have to switch back and forth between the pencils. So the next word is ship.
Ship. Ship. Ship.
I'm going to interrupt you one more time. We're going to go in the order of reading. So you're going to start with your pinky and go from left to right, just like you would with your reading and spelling. So I'm going to give you the word one more time. It's ship.
Ship. Ship. Ship.
And remember to say the word while you're writing it. The next word is shop. Sound it out.
Shop. 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 Shop.
There we go. And the last one is shag.
Shag. Shag. Shag. Shag.
Okay. And we're going to move on to our reading before we get to that. Oh, sorry, there is no reading in this one. What am I thinking? We are moving on, sorry, to the next part. So our new review, and what phoneme do we have here?
A.
And do you remember our keyword for this sound?
Ray.
And where do we find A-Y?
At the end of words.
Yeah. And if we look at our clover, we already filled some of this out. We've learned about closed and open syllable patterns. And this is our one that goes with AI. Do you remember what that was?
The vowel team.
Yes, and what does the vowel team?
The vowel team is when two letters come together and form one vowel sound.
Exactly. And in this case, it is AY that together form A. And yep.
It's voiced.
And how do you know it's voiced?
Because you can feel it when you put your fingers on your throat.
And there's one other thing. We know
when vowels are voiced.
Exactly. Vowels are always voiced. Okay, let's go ahead. And here we're going to read some words.
Say, may, way, day, hay, clay, gray, stay.
And now we're going to spell some words. So again, I'm going to remind you, use your left hand for tapping. First repeat the word, tap, and then also sound it out while you're saying it. Are you ready?
Yep.
Ray.
Ray. Ray. Ray. Ray.
Pay.
Pay. Pay. Pay. Pay.
Lay.
Lay. Lay. Lay. Lay.
Bay.
Bay. Bay. Bay. Bay.
I'm going to give you one more. You can just write it underneath a bay. Tray.
Tray. Tray. Tray.
Yep, that way you can finger spell two different ways. You can either put the blend together, A, or you can finger tap them individually, A. Great. And we're on to our visual drill. This one you don't have anything here for. What happens during the visual drill is you're going to see some letters, and I want you to tell me the sound or sounds that the letter makes.
S. Z.
Yes, very good to remember both.
D. E. E.
The short and the long vowel.
G. A. A. H. E. I. K. F. Qu. L. V. B. A.
And you remember what this was? We just learned about that in our old review. What was our pattern on the clover?
The vowel team.
And what was our keyword for that?
Ray.
And where do we find that in a word?
At the end of word.
And is it voiced or voiceless?
Voiced. M. Z. N. O. A. K. P. Y. R. W. X. Y. Sh.
And this was our other one that we reviewed. What was our keyword for this one?
Ship.
And where do we find that one in a word?
The beginning and the end.
And what was our pattern here?
H brother.
Yes. And is it voiced or voiceless?
Voiceless.
And that's it.
U. Ooh.
There you go. Yep. Okay. Next, we're going to move on to the auditory drill. So this is kind of going to be just the other way around. This time I'm going to say the sound, and you're going to write the corresponding letter. What I want you to do is when I say the sound, I want you to look at me so you can also see the mouth placement for it. And before you write it, I want you to repeat the sound just so I can make sure that you heard the right sound. And then you're going to also say the sound while you're writing the letter. You ready?
Yes.
Ooh.
Ooh. Ooh.
X.
X. X.
W.
W. W.
O.
O. O.
T.
T. T.
D.
D. D.
E.
E. E.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I.
I.
V.
V. V.
B.
B. B.
K.
K. K.
Yes, there's two ways to spell the K sound with a C and a K. Just remember to say the sound when you're writing it too. J.
J. J.
I.
I. I.
G.
G. G.
Qu.
Qu. Qu.
You're going to say it once before you write it and then while you're writing it. P.
P.
Ooh.
Ooh. Ooh.
Aw.
Aw. Aw.
A.
A. A.
Yes, there's 2 ways, and that was our new review. Let's go over that one real quick. What was our keyword for that?
Ray.
And where do we find the AY spelling? Beginning
At the end.
at the end of the word. And what was the pattern?
The vowel T.
And that means?
That 2 letters come together and form one vowel sound.
Yes. And is it voiced or voiceless?
Voiced.
Great. Moving right along. Eh.
Eh.
S.
S. S.
Sh.
Sh. Sh.
Eh.
Ah.
M.
Mm.
Er.
Er.
N.
Mm.
U.
You.
Z.
Z. Z.
Oh, good remembering. Yep, 2 ways to spell that. One's voice and one voiceless. Z. Ah. Okay. That concludes our auditory drill. We're going to move on to our blending. We don't need this for right now. What I'm going to have you do is underneath or on the table, I'm just going to have you again tap out the sounds as you say them, and then you're going to slide your finger while you blend them.
Up. Whoop. Ux. Tux. Eat. Tie.
Yes, sorry, I was too fast on that one.
Ip. Tip.
Yeah, we got a short one there.
A. K.
Yep, and there, ooh, that went too fast for me. There we see it again. What was our pattern here?
The vowel T.
And our keyword?
Ray.
And is it voice or voiceless?
Voiced.
And where do we find that in a word?
At the end.
It is.
A. Tay. A. Ray.
There it is again.
A. Lay. Shug. Shug.
And this was the other one we reviewed. What did we learn about the sh?
The H brother.
It's our H brother. And what does the H brother pattern tell us?
When H comes after an S, they come together and create a new sound, the sh sound.
Yes. And what was our keyword for that?
Ship.
And where do we find sh in a word?
At the beginning and end of words.
And is it voice or voiceless?
Voiceless.
I just, voice or voiceless or voice or unvoiced. I kind of put 2 words together there. So sorry, say it one more time. It is
Voiceless.
Yes, correct.
Hug. E. He. Ash.
What do you see on here? What pattern?
The H brother.
Yes.
Ash. Lash. Ash. Mesh. Me. Ep. Mep. Shot. Zay. Shab. Shay.
Okay. That already concludes our old review. So now we're going to move on to our new phoneme, which is, what do you see here?
The C and a K.
And what sound does that make? Exactly. Here's the spelling of it, and here's the sound. So we're going to go ahead and write down our phoneme, CK, and our keyword is going to be
Duck.
duck. We can go ahead and write down our keyword. Okay, and then we're gonna track back to the tracing. So what I'm gonna have you do is just trace C-K spells K 3 times on this.
C-K spells K. C-K spells K. C-K spells K.
Okay, and just like our K sound, when we talk about where it is produced in the mouth, it's in the back, exactly like a cough. K. And is that sound voice or voiceless?
Voiceless.
Yes. We add our keyword and go ahead and circle the unvoiced. And we find it at the end of the word. And it is a rule that is called our soldier rule. So you can go ahead and write it down there. And what you see here is that the C is, we say it's protected. It's protecting the short vowel from the big K. It's a silent C. And so it is a spelling rule. And it tells us when we hear the K sound after a short vowel, we know it's spelled with CK. You see here are some examples. Pick, sack, luck. Okay, so next I'm going to have you again 3 times right here. C-K, and then underline it, spells K.
C-K spells K. C-K spells K. C-K spells K.
Okay, next we're going to go ahead and read some words with this new rule.
Lock, back, sick, neck, duck, deck, pick, pack.
And our next step is going to be to spell some words. And again, we'll start by repeating the word and then you're going to finger spell it. Oops. So the words are, the first word is tick.
Tick, t-ick, tick, t-ick.
Rack.
Rack, 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 rack.
Deck.
Deck, d-eck, deck, d-eck.
Stack.
Stack, 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 stack.
Kick.
Kick, k-ick, kick, k-ick.
And the last one is quack.
Oh, quack, 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 quack.
And so trace it one more time. Okay, so one more time we're going to do 3 times. You're going to trace the, yep, exactly the letters in this.
C-K makes K. C-K makes K. C-K makes K.
And so what we know, what we're learning is that whenever CK, or the K sound is at the end of a word, followed by a short vowel, how do we spell it?
With C-K.
Correct. All right, so now we know 3 ways to spell our K sound. And they are
C-K and C-K.
Okay, so let's review it just one more time. What sound did we learn about today?
K.
And is it voice or voiceless?
Voiceless.
And do we find it in the beginning, middle, or end of the word?
End.
And what was our keyword?
Duck.
And remember the rule that goes with it?
The soldier rule.
Mm-hmm. Which means,
When we hear the K sound after a short vowel, we know it's spelled CK.
exactly. Now we're going to add that one, and so we're going to review that one next time. Swap these two again. And next, we are going to spell some sentences. So I am going to read the sentence to you, and to make sure that you hear everything correctly, I want you to first repeat the sentence once, and then go ahead and say the words while you're writing it. Rick only had one rash.
Rick only had one rash.
Oh, that's great that you finger spelled it, but I want you to repeat it once before you finger spell it. Rick only had one rash.
Rick only had one rash. Rick only had one rash. Rick only had one rash.
And now you're going to read the sentence one more time so you can check.
Rick only had one rash.
And you're going to check for capitalization and that you have a period at the end of the sentence. Did we do that?
Yes.
Okay, then we can move on to the next sentence. Pay him only once on the deck.
Pay him only once on the deck. Pay him only once on the deck.
Let's try that one again. Do you tap per syllable or per word for this one?
Per word.
Yes.
Pay him only once on the deck. Pay him only once on the deck.
And one more time to review and double check.
Pay him only once on the deck.
And the last one. I wish I had a dock next to a ship.
I wish I had a dock next to a ship. I wish I had a dock next to a ship. I wish I had a dock next to a ship. I wish I had a dock next to a ship.
Good correction there. Okay. Our next step is going to go ahead and do some reading. I have a short story here. What I'd like you to do is read it twice, just to help with reading fluency. And then we're going to answer some questions about it.
Rick had a cat on the gray rock. Rick fed his cat on the gray rock. The cat is sick and has bad luck. The cat went to the vet and got a shot. Rick had to pay the vet. Today, the cat is not sick and is on the gray rock.
Yep.
Rick had a cat on the gray rock. Rick fed his cat on the gray rock. The cat is sick and has bad luck. The cat went to the vet and got a shot. Rick had to pay the vet. Today, the cat is not sick and is on the gray rock.
Now we're going to answer some questions to it. So you're going to read the sentences and then fill in the words from the word bank there. Go ahead and read them out loud.
Rick had a cat on the gray rock. The cat is sick and has bad luck. Had to pay the vet. Rick had to pay the vet.
Yes, seemed like that was pretty easy. I'm going to ask you a few more questions about the story. Leave it there. What color is the rock?
Gray.
And why did Rick have to pay the vet?
Because he got a shot and you have to pay when you go to the vet.
How did the cat have bad luck?
Because it got sick.
Did you feel people should keep their cats inside or allow them to go outside?
I think they should be allowed to go outside.
Why do you think they should be allowed to go outside?
Because I think they should have freedom and let them do what they want. Have space.
And what is a vet?
A doctor for animals.
And can you tell me what they do? Can you describe some of their jobs?
They can do surgeries and checkups on animal and just make sure they're okay.
Yes, very good. And we are already moving on to our last step, our red words, which are the words that require some memorization because they all have a part in them that is irregular or doesn't follow a common pattern of spelling. So we're gonna put this to the side. We have a new red word today. And our new red word is gonna be from. So the first thing I'd like you to do is repeat the word.
From.
And then you're going to tell me how many sounds do you hear in that word? Can you tap them out with your fingers? What is
4.
Oops. Uh-oh, my red doesn't work anymore. 2, 3, 4. Okay. And can you go ahead and tell me what sounds you hear? Let's see if I can get my red word. Oh, sorry. We're going to write it underneath. I didn't make that very clear. What? But that is not how we spell it. I'm going to have to pretend our red is working. Okay. For the sake of the video, I am going to go ahead and use the black one, but I do realize this should be in red. And so what we're going to go do is compare where our spelling is the same and where it is different.
It's the same the first, the same the second, different the third, and it's the same the fourth.
Exactly. So those all make sense. This one, we're going to put a red heart over as a reminder that this is the part of the word that we're going to have to memorize. Because even though it makes the short U sound, it is spelled with an O. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to have you trace the letters while saying them. So you're going to go F-R-O-M spells from.
F-R-O-M spells from.
We got 3 times.
F-R-O-M spells from. F-R-O-M spells from.
And next we're going to arm tap it. So you're going to hold this in your non-dominant hand, which in your case is your left hand, and you're going to tap, and each tap is going to represent one letter.
F-R-O-M. From.
Slide it, and you're going to pump it at the end. From. With this hand.
F-R-O-M. From.
Let's do it 2 more times just to make sure we got that.
F-R-O-M. From. F-R-O-M. From.
Okay. And now we're going to write it 3 times. We're going to imagine that this is a red marker. And we're going to do the same thing. You're going to say the letters.
F-R-O-M spells from.
Yep.
F-R-O-M spells from. F-R-O-M spells from.
Let's give yourself one more practice just because of that one.
F-R-O-M spells from.
Okay, and the next thing we're going to do is create a sentence with that word. for our red card. Can you give me a sentence that has the word from in it?
I went from my car to the soccer field.
I went from my car to the soccer field. Okay. I'll take that from you. And next we're going to move on to our spelling of our red words. So yep, you can go ahead and get that. But remember, these are our red words. So we are going to use a red pen. Are you ready?
Yes.
The soccer pitch was full of people.
The.
One day I will go to Barcelona.
One.
Only. I only want to do this once.
Only.
Of. Bayern is one of the best teams ever.
Of.
Once I got into a GT3 RS.
Once.
From. I went from my car to the soccer field.
From.
Okay. And we are ready at our final review. So let's review real quick what we learned today. What was our new phoneme?
K.
CK, the K sound. And what was our keyword?
Duck.
And the placement?
At the end of words.
And what was the rule that goes with it?
The soldier rule, which is when we hear the K sound after a short vowel, we know it's CK. It's spelled CK.
Say that again. Sorry, I interrupted you, I think.
When we hear the K sound after a short vowel, we know it's spelled CK.
Yeah. And is it voice or voiceless?
Voiceless.
I think we got everything here. And that concludes our lesson. Thank you.